A couple weeks ago, I made a video talking about what I want in FNaF 2. So I think it's only fair I talk about what I don't want in FNaF 2. So these are just my opinions. If you have any different opinions, let me know down in the comments below. And maybe I'll make a part 2 just before the FNaF 2 movie releases. But without further ado, let's dive in. So, I don't want Garrett to have a major plot point. They wrapped up his story in the first movie, and I feel like it would convolute the story even more. I mean, we already have Charlie, Emily confirmed, and Mike moved on in the ending in the first movie. So it would feel like they're kind of reusing the first movie's story, and I think that's kind of lazy of them. So I just hope they don't bring back Garrett, or if they do, like, maybe he's like possessing like Balloon Boy or something stupid like that. But yeah, I don't want him to have like a massive role in this movie. Henry being Mike's father, this would be just a really bad twist in my opinion. We already have Mike's father from the first movie, and I feel like if they add Henry being Mike's father, it has the potential to ruin the entire film trilogy. Unless they pull it off well, and then I guess it could be good, I suppose. But I hope they keep Mike to be his own character. I mentioned in the first video that I don't want him to be an Afton either, so just keep Mike as Mike. One of the main reasons I see people talking about him being an Emily is the fact that William went for Garrett. I think it was just that he was there. Listen, he's a killer. He doesn't necessarily need a motivation for every single kill. The Withered animatronics being a different set of animatronics. So, in the trailer, we see the Withered animatronics, and of course they look different to their FNaF 1 counterparts. So I could see them being a different version, but I hope they don't, because it's just confusing for everyone. It's confusing for the newcomers watching the movie, it's confusing for the fans watching the movie, it's confusing for everyone. Sure, it would be more lore accurate to the games, but I just hope they don't, because it's just confusing. And especially if they add Golden Freddy, like, why is there 2 Golden Freddys? Like, it's just weird. But yeah, I just think it would be weird if they make it a different set. I know they were in the games, but it feels a bit redundant for the movies, if that makes sense. Springtrap having a different design. So, the FNaF movies have taken a bunch of inspiration, ideas, scenes from the novels. Mainly the Silver Eyes and stuff like that, but in the novels, Springtrap has an entirely different design. He is a lot more yellow, less grotesque, and while this entirely depends on whether he's in the movie or not, I hope they stick to his design that he had in the games. I mean, I think it's likely they will, because the Withered animatronics are like they are in the games, but I do hope they keep him accurate and don't mess him up and make him the novel trilogy where he's like yellow and stuff. The toys to take up all the screen time. Now, from what we've seen in the trailer, we see a lot of the toy animatronics, which isn't a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, I love the toy animatronics. So I think it's a good thing that, you know, they're being used, because it is their movie at the end of the day. But I do hope the screen time of the animatronics is split up. I hope we see a lot of the puppet, the Withered animatronics, Golden Freddy, all of those. I hope they get a lot of screen time as well. Otherwise, I just think it'll be like the Spring Bonnie situation from the first movie. He felt underutilized and not like a main villain as such. So I do hope they are used, and I hope William's used as well. Too short. Now, the first movie had a lot of issues with its runtime. It was originally a 3-hour movie, and then they cut it down to a 2-hour movie, which of course is cutting a lot of scenes. And I did feel like some scenes dragged on in the first movie, like the Aunt Jane's thing, and some scenes felt dead short, like the Wrecking Crew breaking in. That felt too short. I wish there was more focus on them destroying things instead of just being a montage like how it was in the movie. So I do hope the runtime is longer and the pacing is better than it was in the first movie. I love the first movie to death, but I can admit there was some issues, so I hope they learn from their mistakes and make it better. Fazbear being a massive corporation. So, Fazbear Entertainment has 3 restaurants that we know of in the movie lore. Fredbear's, because William has the Spring Bonnie suit and Henry Emily is involved. The FNaF 1 location, and the FNaF 2 location. And it's possible there's more, because there's the suits that we saw in the first movie. So I hope it's not too unrealistic, and I hope they don't have like heaps of money in like multiple different restaurants. I know this is like how it was in the games, but it felt a bit too unrealistic for me. So I hope they don't make Fazbear Entertainment too unrealistic. Not scary. The first movie was great, and it focused on a lot of psychological horror, but I do hope the horror is like more of a base level of scary, like, you know, death, stuff like that, instead of like showing us the dead kids. But as much as I love the first movie, it wasn't scary. you know? Like, everyone can agree it wasn't that scary on a base level, which, you know, I did kind of want from the first movie, although I didn't complain about the first movie. So yeah, I hope it's a bit more scary. Not realistic. So the first movie was somewhat grounded in reality, as much as a FNaF movie can be, but it doesn't seem too realistic in the second movie. Like, the Withered animatronics, how are they moving about? Like, it just, I hope they explain the things, and I hope it is realistic. So yeah, I just hope it's realistic. And my final one, Balloon Boy. Do I need to explain myself? I don't think I do. Everyone hates Balloon Boy, and I hope they kill him in this movie. I hope they burn him with fire. I hope they do something like that. I hope there's like jokes with Balloon Boy as well. And that is my list of what I don't want to see in the FNaF 2 movie. If you have any different opinions, let me know down in the comments below, and I might make a part 2 near the release of the second movie. But yeah, this has been that one FNaF guy, signing off.